Hey folks, well today I am going to attempt something. I usually spread dirt, rock, whatever the case may be with the bucket and my box blade. I've got the hay spear on the back of my small tractor. Put the hay out for the cows here in a little bit, so you guys will be able to see me back in the stalls and all with the little tractor and get this hay laid down. But those of you who've been following the little tiny home progress, the gate drags the ground. The gate's perfectly level and all, but the rock is built up too much. I don't want to put the box blade on the little tractor because I'm going to be using it here in a little bit. So I'm going to go over there and attempt to knock it down with this little tractor, get it moved enough so that gate swings freely. And then we're going to finish up that little gate set over there, and you guys will be able to see what you've been waiting for if you've been following along with us, if I can say that right, to get that fencing done and get that project portion on the tiny home project done. So that's what's on Live in Texas with Hidden Spring Farm. Y'all come on, let's get it done. Crown's still there. All right, so I'm not the best at doing this stuff, especially without my box blade on here, and I certainly ain't the best one that's on here. This still needs to come down. This crown here needs to come down. But if you notice, this is a little higher over here, and this is a little higher over here, and I don't want a hole here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn the tractor around from backwards from what I've been doing. And then I'm going to try to drag this back, knock that hill down, put some of that on the driveway, and then we'll just have to see what it looks like getting that other load, trying to figure where that's going to go. So there is a little slack in this gate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some blocks and put up underneath it. Then I'm going to come back over here. The spacer that I have, sleeve, will not fit in there. There's not enough room, so it won't fit in that small one. But I'm going to tighten these just to see if we can prevent any movement at all and see what we got. So we know it's touching right in here. What we're going to try to do is look and see if we can put a piece of this under and get that slack that's over there out of this. You'll see it hadn't moved at all, but it's up over there. So I'm gonna try to tighten these bolts, make sure there's no movement here. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do, as bad as I'd like to have a black one on here, this black one's not welded, it's just a cheap one. And so this is a little bit wider than it should be, which is causing some play going on in there. Probably not enough to make it drag, but I'm gonna switch this out and put one that I had in the shop, put it on there, and it's, as you can see, I don't know if you can see that or not. As you can see right in here, it's welded. And so it keeps this gap closed. And I'll show you that black one when I pull it off. All right, so we got this welded one on here, and I told you that I would show you the black one. All right, so this is the black one here. As you can see, this space is not welded. So even though you keep this tight with that pipe on there, this can stretch out a little bit, and that's what it did on that hinge point. And so see how this one's welded, and it keeps it tight on that. So what it did was it lifted this gate on this end, so we're not hitting, we're still hitting, but we're not as bad. So it raised it up about 1 inch. The problem is I'm still gonna be worried about this hole here. So I don't think I have another hinge. But what I might end up doing, and it is not, the top is not slacking at all here like the bottom was. It's all the way against the other side. Even when you swing it, it stays like it's pulling it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna tighten up the nuts on this hinge here, and I'm gonna make sure they're good and tight so as to prevent any movement of that at all if there's slack in the hole that I drilled. You see there's a little slack in that. So it don't look like there's any movement when I lift it up. There's no movement when I lift it up, so, but it's still dragging just a tiny bit right here. And so what I'm gonna do is take the bucket, and I'm gonna kind of drag this down without cutting in and see where that leaves us. All right, folks, well, I checked it. You see me check it. It looks fine in here. There is a couple little ridges here that I'm gonna work out, and I'm gonna take and smooth this down. But a lot of that rock that I moved up here, I'm gonna take it, drag it back, and build that side up over there that needs to be built up, because it was just sloping way too much to. So we got the low spots filled in over here, got all that tucked in. This doesn't look right because that's all packed in, and this is loose rock on top, but this will all pack down later. The gate doesn't drag here anymore. We're gonna have to build this side up way up. This whole side over here needs to come up about 6-8 inches, and then we'll finish out the driveway down there. But we are not going to be spending a whole lot of money. We're going to get one more load of rock, and if that don't fix it, we're still going to be with that one load of rock. We ain't buying no more. All right, so let me get this latch on, and we got to get home and do hay. And I want to try to center this up on the post. I'm going to get one screw in it, or one lag bolt in it, and then I'm going to level it and put the other ones in it. All right, looks like that's going to work. All right, folks, well, there it is. The latch is on for the gate. And the gate works just fine now. Just come up, open the gate. Yep, operates just fine. Got this down. Latch is just as good as mine. Probably better, to be honest with you. Time to go put out hay. I gotta get back into these stalls. All right, folks, you can see we got it piled deep in here. We got it definitely deep over here. So the cow should be good come this little cold spell with the ice storms, what they're saying. Well, guys, I don't know a better way of ending it than to end it right here in front of the girls. We'll see y'all in the next one. Live in Texas. Hidden Spring Farm. Y'all have a blessed day. Miss Cinnamon, are you going to check the tractor out? You can't drive no tractor. All right, girl, I got to get going.